this is Kiapia. She entered the competition, and she was also an Artesian Builds ambassador. Now, the only requirement for eligibility in this competition was that you had an Artesian Builds panel on your profile, and okay, there were some other things as well. Obviously, you had to be signed up as an ambassador and things. But suddenly, at the start of the stream where they were doing the giveaway, let's skip forward. No. There's a bit specifically where he said about the changes to the rules, and other people have pointed out that you can't do that. That is illegal. I'm not a legal expert, so disclaimer here, but other people have pointed out you can't launch a competition and then just change the rules after everybody's already entered. It's not only morally wrong, but it actually is illegal in the US as well. Alan had to do Alan's the guy who was fixing up this PC or making this PC. He seems to have had to do the stream the next day and take the flak, and did a good job. Did a good job. And gave a balanced viewpoint, I think, and didn't just side. 3 hours before the draw was announced, Noah basically gives advanced warning that they're going to be rubbish about it. I wanted to swear there, but I don't swear on stream, but that they were going to have a really rubbishy attitude towards this. So they announced that the rules had changed, and Noah, in his apology on Twitter, has said this as well, that the rules did change for the giveaway, but they shouldn't have done it that way. Well, no, they shouldn't have, because it was illegal, but I'll leave him say it in his own words.
You gotta be active.
You gotta be active.
And you gotta stream in the past week.
You gotta have streamed in the past week. You know, that doesn't sound unreasonable, but still, if that wasn't specified in the original rules, it shouldn't have changed. But again, I don't know what the original rules were, so okay, benefit of the doubt there.
You gotta be not small. Talking over 5,000 followers.
Can't be small, you've got to have over 5,000 followers. So he's explicitly said, this is starting to make sense now from me piecing together bits and bobs of what I read online. So he said you can't be small. So bye, small streamers, you can't win this.
You gotta have consistent activity over a period of 3 months, at least. You gotta have good content on other socials to indicate that you care about your stream and growing it. And you gotta have viewership on the actual stream.
Again,
this is an ambassador giveaway. This is not for people that aren't taking streaming seriously. We need you to be promoting, frankly, yourself and us if we're giving you a free computer.
Again, yeah, as other people have said as well, other people have said these would all be fine criteria if they'd been specified in advance, and if they hadn't gone on to do what they were about to do, which is to sort of ridicule the person who won. But yeah, Cat saying, not taking streaming seriously, people have jobs. Exactly, there are plenty of people who are hobby streamers, and that's fine, they just want it to be a hobby. There are plenty of people who are full-time streamers and they want it to be a job. There are plenty of people all across the spectrum in between. Cylindrical Cake saying, also casually slighting small streamers by implying that they don't care. And how do we know that the greatest streamer of the near future isn't just being held back by not having a PC? All very well for me to say, oh, I've got 2 PCs. They're not very powerful on the grand scheme of things, but I'm also in a very fortunate position. I've got 2 PCs that are stream capable. Some people have 0 PCs that are stream capable. 0 consoles that are stream capable.
The ambassador program is changing. Everyone currently in it stays in it, but the ambassador level of our program is going to rise up. It's already sort of risen up a little bit. Gamers rise up.
So that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to sneak in changes, and those changes impacted on this competition, but yeah, they shouldn't have.
And it's going to be a little bit harder to enter that level. But affiliates who start out at the lowest level can ascend gloriously, as if caught in a tractor beam.
Oh god, no! Do not besmirch Star Trek.
And ambassadors who slay it may even become partners at some point. And partners who slay it will become gods.
This just gets weirder. Cat Kit saying sounds like a pyramid scheme. I'm not going to play the whole stream, by the way. Don't worry.
Such things. But there
also,
have been people that have risen in the ranks.
It doesn't fall under criticism and review if I play too much and don't talk about it in between.
You can go from one
Cylindrical Cake saying glorious. I know.
And everyone currently in the program is grandfathered in either as an ambassador or an affiliate, regardless.
Right, okay, let's skip. Let's skip. To the right. Kiapia is about to be announced here.
If there are other requirements that we should be monitoring, We will monitor them. Do not praise, spank, thank, deride, delude, or otherwise get up in arms until we have fully validated each winner. In fact, honestly, I'm not sure I want to do this part publicly, but I do like the spinner spinning is kind of fun.
So you were self-aware. People have criticized you, Noah, for not being self-aware. You were. You gave yourself the clue that this was a bad idea. You gave yourself the clue. I know you apologized later and said it was stupid. Not in the stream, on Twitter after a day. But that was your hint, Noah. That was your hint. I don't like the idea of doing this publicly, but I'm gonna do it anyway. This just gets worse and worse and worse. Right, so they're already announcing in advance that the rules have changed and they're going to be giving the winner a grilling. And they've told viewers not to pile on the winner until they've fully validated them, presumably not for positive or negative reasons. So not to tell the winner they've definitely won, because they might not have. They don't meet my criteria, says Noah. But also for negative reasons. Maybe they'll be, I don't know, piling on them saying, haha, you didn't win. Cat saying, you mean apologise with a giant sigh? Yes. Noah's apology was going so well. Until that sigh, we said, it was along the lines of, I just want to let you know that ambassadors will be allowed to enter in future. It's like, wow. Anyway, we're skipping time zones here. So this should be an amazing moment.
Content creators can have, VTubing. That's totally fine.
So, okay, to be fair, he does say, look, they don't have to have cameras. They can be a VTuber or just not have a camera. The criteria are that they stream regularly, and they've streamed recently, that sort of thing. Again, reasonable, but should have been in the original rules. So whether they were or not, again, we don't know. But yeah, as I say, this should have been a beautiful moment for the winner. Instead, it just turned into an absolute grilling.
We're looking for multiple thousands following, consistent activity across meaningful streaming platforms.
Wasn't in the criteria.
Probably, honestly, past referrals. I said spank, yeah. Probably past referrals, or at least good click rates.
Yeah.
Be looking for that as well. If you've got a panel up for 6 months and nobody's clicking your panel, you're not doing a good job of referring folks to Artesian Builds. You've not fulfilled your part of the bargain there. Again,
that had to then be in the original bargain. That's the point everybody's making. It's like, if you enter a competition, you're not under any obligation to do anything. Okay, you have to be an ambassador, but if the criteria is that you have to be an ambassador, you have a panel on your page.
Pretty surprising if you had that up for 6 months and you were streaming actively, didn't have anybody clicking. But...
Oh, nice. Again, so this just gets worse. Kakit saying didn't mention click rate earlier in the rules either. Well, so there it's like a slight of even more of a slight of small streamers. It's like again, streamers who might have full-time jobs, case in point, who might be really busy. It's kind of surprising. Someone was an affiliate for 6 months, an ambassador for 6 months, and had a panel for 6 months and didn't get any click. Well, I'll give you a recent example. I became an Amazon affiliate recently. Anybody can. It's not like I wasn't invited to do it, but I just did it as a just in case thing, because I watched a Harris Hello video one day, and I thought to myself, look, it was good advice, set these things up just in case. What they didn't tell you was, to be fair, it was in the rules I agreed to, it says if you don't make any affiliate sales within 6 months, you lose your Amazon affiliate account. Fair enough, I just signed up again. Anybody can. There's no rule against doing so, but it just means next time I have to make sure I get 3 sales. There could be 3 packs of post-it notes for all I care. It just has to be something. So yeah, it's not surprising to me. It's something that can easily happen. Cylindrical Cake saying, oh my gosh, Jamie, I'd watch you if you did drama and tea content. Is this a new meta now? Is that what I'm getting into? Me too, Cylindrical Cake. Well, this is the drama and tea stream then, isn't it, really? I mean, it's not something I normally do, but this is a special case. So Alan, the guy building the computer, in his defense in the future stream the day after, says I was kind of busy, I wasn't fully concentrating, and to be fair, I give him that. He's sort of listening in, he's sort of agreeing with things jokingly, but to be fair, I've done that. I've been on student radio shows in the past where somebody maybe said something I haven't agreed with, and I've been in the middle of lining up a track, so I've kind of gone, oh yeah, whatever, So I do give him that. And lots of people in the chat, to be fair, on the stream the day after were saying to this Alan, it's not your fault. Sorry that you feel, you've been put in a position where you have to apologise for the other guy. It's not your fault. You carry on. He was just trying to balance things out. He was saying, look, I myself, Alan, the guy fixing the Peter, he was saying I myself tend to watch small streamers, so I totally get it. How hurt they must have been by what happened. So a lot of praise for Alan. Again, I don't even know these people. I never even, well, I might have heard of Artesian Builds in passing, but we've all heard of them now.
Change.
See who comes up.
But there are no restrictions on winning Braithorn giveaway PC. So you've heard the speech. You've heard.
Which confuses me. Who's Braithorn?
There'll be diligence done. Do not freak out yet about.
So it's almost like justifying why there's restrictions for this one.
If we have to purge people, we let it purge a lot of folks. Let it happen. Some of the previous people who won lower prizes would have been valid as the winners here. So it is not impossible. About 10 to 25% of our current ambassador crew does qualify.
I mean, that's bad for a start. Seeing as 100% of ambassadors are meant to qualify, but okay.
We're debating if using the code is required.
They're debating about changing the rules even now, live, when the announcement's happening.
With the battle
for the winner.
For Middle Earth.
They're changing the rules. The rules are still in flux.
Let the games.
Dear me. So.
And the first winner might be.
Braithorn.
This person.
Might be Kiapia.
Don't troll them. He's alive. It'd be pretty weird if he did.
I didn't even read the name.
Right.
2K followers is under my threshold.
Here we go.
3 days ago is within my threshold. Long streams, which is good.
Right.
And Artesian Builds, active panel.
Active panel. But under the followers you
wanted.
wanted.
You have redeeming qualities.
That got me. It got a lot of people on Twitter as well. That's the bit that really was like, whoa now. And I didn't hear the other bits earlier. This was in the video clips that I saw. Let's see. Right. So they've only got 2,000 followers. Okay, they pass another couple of criterion. But let's see if they actually... Okay, I didn't say the word actually. But let's see if they have any redeeming qualities. Cat saying, wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. Well, yeah.
What if he's personally bought 10 PCs?
So, to be fair to Alan, right? Okay, in context, looking back with 2020 hindsight, you might kind of think that was it was like, yeah. But I think he was just being sarcastic, like I would. I can imagine that. Let's see if they got any redeeming qualities. Let's say something daft and absurd, like maybe they've bought 10 PCs. I don't.
Could be international.
No idea who you're looking
Okay.
I obviously.
And then they kind of go, oh, thank goodness.
Oh, they're not international.
They're not
America.
international, so
cheap shipping.
Yeah.
All followers combined still under 5K, even across multiple socials. I was trying to be generous.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Kiapia now has 20,000 followers, 4 times the amount of followers to be eligible on Twitter alone. If you combine it with Twitch, 21.4k, okay? 21,400 followers. Yeah, good for her, says Katka. Exactly. So we're at 41.4k across just 2 platforms now.
That's a tough one.
No, it's not.
Because there's bound to be repeats if you
2,000. Again, Alan loses a point there. Oh, there's bound to be repeat followers. So it's like it's saying, oh, if you're combining it to 5k, well, it's not really 5k, is it? Because there's going to be some people who are following on Twitch and Twitter and the other one. It's going to add up. They're going to be the same people across all of them. So. Yeah, so, okay, loses a point there.
That's also true. Let's go into the analytics dashboard.
Ooh, the analytics dashboard. What other juicy stuff can we get from here?
Really kills the energy of the...
Yes!
Yes,
it does.
The drawing process. But
yes, it does.
it's very important.
No, it's not.
Let's go see.
It's rubbishy.
What you've got in these. Oh, and there's the reroll. Here's the reason. This person has 3 months of ambassadorship and not a single click.
Not a single.
Not a single click. Not even once.
A little wrong. So it sounds
Purged.
So they're re-rolling.
This is an ambassador giveaway, and you've got to be collaborating with my company to get my free computers. Sponsored by Intel. Thanks, Intel.
Oh yeah, on that point, Intel didn't like this very much. He's so happy about a reroll, says CatKit. You gotta be an ambassador, and you're not an ambassador enough. That's not his accent. I can't do accents, but yeah. Unanimously, universally agreed across the board by many, many, many people to be just terrible, terrible behaviour. The point is, right, you could say, okay, you have to be an affiliate for 6 months, or an associate, or whatever they called it, ambassador for 6 months. You're only 3 months into that 6 months. How do you know whether the second half of that 6 months wasn't going to be awesome? You know? You don't know, do you? Apparently Kiapia has had lots of offers of computers, and it's been really good to see. But the huge news is that the man, the myth, the legend, Jay's 2 cents caught wind of all this, and of course made a video out of it. Don't blame you at all. And it gets worse. Yeah, he's brought so much attention to the company that he shot himself in the foot several times. Tax evasion, there's a brilliant video CatKit sent me earlier, actually. I'll put a link somewhere, or actually, CatKit, feel free to put it in the chat. The link to the video you found by Christopher Yee. There you go. So there's a really good roundup of things I haven't gone into and won't go into here, but it gets even worse again. Hey Thorny Ghost, welcome to the stream. What's happened? Well, in short, this person, Kiapia, streamer, a small streamer, or formerly small streamer, because after all this attention they've blown up, and I hope that they're able to get all the positives from it and none of the negatives, because again, as Jay's 2 cents of caution, that's as is common sense, to suddenly get so big is a bit of a double-edged sword. But yeah, Kiapia entered the competition, fulfilled all the criteria for the competition. Then they decided, when they were doing the live giveaway on stream, bits of which we were just watching, when they were doing the live giveaway, they kind of changed the rules spontaneously, which you're not allowed to do in a giveaway. It is actually technically illegal in the US as well. So you can't change the criteria under which people have entered after they've already entered, but they did so. The rules seem to be still in flux as the stream was progressing. They were debating whether or not to make other criteria to make people ineligible to win this free PC, because they didn't want to give it away to any old person, especially not small people. They couldn't give it to small people. Had to have at least 5,000 followers. So they did the random name generator. Again, if you weren't eligible, you shouldn't have been in the random name generator, so none of it adds up. Entered the competition, got named and shamed on stream, because it was like, hang on, this person might not have actually won. And then they proceeded to check out their channel and go, ooh, not enough followers, but they have streamed recently, but they didn't make us any sales, so they're not ambassadorial enough to be considered an ambassador in my eyes. Therefore, even though they won the competition, I've decided they're not winning the competition. Be a better ambassador. Moving on, they re-rolled it, gave the prize to someone else. So Jay's 2 cents, somebody else I follow on YouTube, caught wind of this story and says, when a company decides on live stream, I don't like this ambassador because they don't meet our imaginary requirements, screw these guys. Kiapia, I got you. Forget these guys. I'll send you a kick-ass PC for having to put up with these guys who themselves are quite small. In his video, he goes on to say, I've got, a daughter who's thinking of going into live streaming, and that's what it kind of made me feel as well. Apart from the fact it was rubbishy, I imagine my daughter, and if this had happened to her. And so he hot-footed it, or hot drove it over to EVGA. EVGA got him a top-end graphic, because remember, graphic cards are hard to come by. They pulled it out of the bag, because loads of companies, not other companies are available, loads of companies all got in contact with Jay's 2 cents and said, how can we help? So amazing show, everybody. Round of applause, everybody. Really amazing show, and it hasn't stopped. So what's going to happen is all these extra PCs that Kiapia is going to get, she's going to donate to other people who were also, well, in the apology they say, overlooked or glossed over. No, unjustly ejected from the competition for no good reason, illegally. Shady companies being publicly shady. Nice, says Thorny Ghost. Yep, that's it in a nutshell. But as I say, Jay's 2 cents building a phenomenal computer. It's got a NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti. It's got a brand new motherboard that's literally only just been launched. It's got the top end AMD processor. It's in a lovely case, and I recommend watching that video as well, of course. Artesian, as part of damage limitation, eventually turned around and said, no, it's okay, you can win the PC. You rightly won the PC. You can have the PC. She said, nah. Kudos to you. It's like, no, and I'm not an ambassador anymore either. Lots of other ambassadors have pulled out. It's a really disastrous PR move. So as I said earlier, like a company, it really worries me how people are so oblivious that they can tank their company in one foul swoop. It should be hard to do, right? It should be a really hard thing to do. Their name has gone from, well, in my case, I didn't really know of them, so now I only know negative things about them. But again, remember, it's not the company. One person did this to the company. There are arguments that's like, well, whilst he's still in charge, and whilst nothing's changing, the lines are a bit blurred. But remember, it's not the whole company. I'll echo those thoughts from Jay's 2 cents, those thoughts from Christopher, and other people as well. It's not the whole company. It's one person. Seems to be the major issue here. So yeah, it made the PC Gamer news. Yeah, I was trying to be generous. Afterwards, Katz made, Noah Katz, his name is, made a written apology along with a personal video apology. The message addresses the comments several times, acknowledging their lack of sensitivity and that Katz is aware the comments affected and hurt Kiapia, who he now accepts as the rightful winner. Except for that sigh. Do we want to see the sigh? Do we want to hear the sigh, everybody? Do we? Yes! Okay, right.
So going forward, any ambassador is eligible to win the PCs.
Come on! As I say, it was going well up until then, in my opinion, but there are lots of brilliant parody versions of the apology that have come up as well. It's like, going forward, all ambassadors, like, you can hear the damn it in his sigh. All ambassadors, damn it. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? That sigh is so loud. Going forward, all ambassadors will be allowed. It's like, God damn it. That's literally it. Oh my gosh. It's shocking.
Any ambassador at all.
Any ambassador at all. And look at his face.
Right back to the rules that we had in place before.
Right back to the rules I had in place before that I tried to change and...
We're going to do everything that we can to do an even better job of helping creators to create and helping the community that we built to be a more inclusive and valuable place to be.
So to balance things out, there was an apology. Didn't go down very well. Some bits of it were okay. The sigh, though. The sigh. Honestly. The sigh.